All right, boys. We're back here, damn near the start of December, and we are 15-3-2. We are going absolutely off since trading Mitch Marner. There is something I forgot to do in the last video. Let me make sure. Okay, injury-wise, we are chilling. And the thing I forgot to do in the last video is to check out how our former players are doing. We, of course, saw that Winnipeg is doing pretty solid in the standings. But let's go take a look at how our former players are actually playing. So if we go over to Winnipeg, Mitch Marner, let's take a look at his stats currently. He's got 13 goals and 18 assists. He is absolutely crushing it over there. And then, of course, on the defensive side, you do have Marco Giordano, who is a +2 for them. It's pretty solid. And then David Kampf, let's see how he's doing. He's a +4. He has 12 points in 21 games. So he's also playing pretty solid, but I'm still happy with what we got and how we are playing right now. So let's go ahead and keep on simming away as we got a home game versus Seattle. It's a good year for rookies, apparently. Okay. So now we got Seattle 13-8-2, not too shabby. But we are just better as we win 5-1, and we continue right where we left off. Now we got a home game versus Boston. They are off to a terrible start. As we get an offer for 2 seconds, we are going to decline that one in a heartbeat as we beat Boston 5-3. Our offense is going off on all cylinders at the moment as we go on the road to Ottawa now. Ottawa, they're 8-9-3. They're pretty bad this year so far. Matthew Knies is out till December 23rd. That's kind of rough. A second and a third in McAllister for Jake McCabe. Hell no. At Ottawa now, we lose 3-0 to Ottawa. Now we got a home game versus Nashville. They're not doing too bad. They got a lot of overtime points already as we lose 5-2. Let's get this last game out of the way and let's switch up these goalies. Going up against the Islanders, they're doing really good as Kyle Connor comes back. We beat them 7-2. Holy shit. Way to really make up for the last 2 bad games and play our last game without Kyle Connor. So welcome back, Kyle Connor now. Max Domi still plus player, pretty good. So Kyle Connor back on the first line. Then we can get Max Domi back on this. Well, he's going to go to the second line. We're going to leave McMahon on the third line now that Matthew Knies is out. And then goalies, we're going to switch it up back to Ilya Samsonov. Not a bad run from Wall, but he definitely showed some weaknesses. Samsonov, last episode, insane start. Let's see if he can continue it up for him after a decent break, honestly. As we go on the road against the Rangers, we are not trading Jake McCabe, and we lose 5-0. Holy shit, okay. As we go at home against Columbus, we need a bounce back game after that one, and we do get it. We win 3-2 in a shootout. Now we got a home game versus Pittsburgh. Dubas back in the building. First time back in Toronto since being fired. And we win 8-3. The offense explodes. I wish I could look at the game log and box score like you can in MLB or any other fucking sports game. But oh well. Home game versus the Rangers. They're off to a really hot start still. And they kick our ass 6-1. They kicked our ass 5-0, now 6-1. Okay, so we are clearly getting outclassed by the Rangers. We are going to have to make a trade then if we even want a shot, because there's a chance we run into the Rangers in the Eastern Conference Finals. And that right there just showed we are not ready for the Eastern Conference Finals, which is not good. As we go on the road against Buffalo, they're 14-19. We beat them 5-3. Now we go at Columbus, but Matthew Knies is back in time before the game. Good. We can finally go back to our original lineup. We have not been able to rock this lineup in a very long time, and I still don't think that this one change is the difference maker between us winning and not getting blown out by the Rangers. That is a big swing that involves a trade. There's no way around that. As we go at Columbus now, they're 14-16-4, basically 14-20. Can we beat them? Ian Mitchell is on waivers. How good is he? Oh, he's only a 78. No, we don't need a 78. Ian Mitchell's gone. At Columbus now, we lose 8-4. Holy shit, who's in net? Was that Wall? That was Wall. Down to a 904 save percentage. He is falling from grace quickly. Let's take a look at how some of these guys are doing. Bertuzzi's a +5 still. Tanner Jeannot, only a -1. Kyle Connors a +2. Matthews is a +5 though. Riley and DeMello are minuses. Okay, that is not okay. Our top pair cannot be minuses. TJ Brody's absolutely killing it. So let's switch TJ Brody and David DeMello. Let's just try it. Let's just see how that works out for us. Like in real life, would never even consider this option. But right now, honestly, we got to try it out. So, ooh, interesting from Boston, but we're going to say no. Home versus Ottawa now. They are well below 500 already. They're kind of already out of the playoffs. Arizona's trying to do a trade. Hell no. Soon to be Utah. Isn't that crazy? As we shut out Ottawa 6-0. There we go. Ilya Samsonov and TJ Brody on the top pairing. Doesn't allow a goal. At Columbus now. They are well below 500 as well. Not as below though. And we win 7-6 in overtime. We allow a shit ton of goals. Let's see the plus-minus of TJ Brody. He was a +17. Now he's so he's a +21 now, so not him. DeMello's plus now also. So can't be upset at that. Samsonov's down to a 913. So only down by 1.001. Like, that's not bad. So he played pretty consistent. I mean, that's 3 goals between 2 games, but having 6 goals in 1 game, that's rough. Versus Carolina now, just Joseph Wall loses 6-3. Holy fuck. Now he's going to go at LA. I mean, we can make the goalie switch to Martin Jones. Joseph Wall's job is not secured. So, okay, and he loses 6-4 again. We might just have to get Wall out of here. He needs a break. Let's make sure he can actually go through waivers first, though, before we just send him down all loosey-goosey. But down to an 894, that is just so unacceptable, especially with just the cold stretch he's on right now. So Martin Jones, yes, and Joseph Wall, he is a no, right? Come on, he has waivers even though he's a 2-way contract. Okay, I'll think about it. At Anaheim now, Ilya Samsonov back in there. They're a good team, and we win 5-1. We get the goaltending because we got the goal scoring against LA. We just did not get the goaltending that game. At San Jose, they're not in first pick territory range. Congrats to San Jose on getting the first pick officially, man. Crazy that there was no movement at all as we went 5-2. And look at Nikolai Ehlers, the man we retained cap on, is leading our team in points right now. Insane. Home versus San Jose again, and we win 6-2. I hate though how the lottery results was done. What was that, bro? We're just having Macklin Celebrini awkwardly stand there with some random old guy talking about Zillow. Like, what are we doing? And then we kill the Islanders' asses 9-2. Holy shit. Our goal scoring is impeccable. And let's sim this game against Colorado. Colorado, really good team. Could go either way. And we kick their ass 5-1. Let's call up Martin Jones. Let's just send down one of the forwards we're not using right now, because I do not want to go to Joseph Wall. I really don't. Let's see how McMahon has done, because he's been the one that has been going in, and he has played astounding. Okay, so let's send down... Oh, Gambrell's a starter. Yeah, so we got to send down Holmberg. And then goalies, let's call up Martin Jones. How's he done in the AHL? 918, that's good. That is good. So Martin Jones, why? Really? Holmberg, 800. Fuck you, Holmberg. Okay, we got to send down the fucking defenseman, I guess. NHL, Jesus Christ, this is annoying as hell. Okay, where's the defenseman? Timmins. Oh, Timmins is making 1.0. He's a real Oh, fuck. I'm stuck with the team. There's literally... Okay, never mind. I guess Wall, hopefully, pray that Wall gets out of this goalie slump. Holy shit, man. I did not realize just how tight for cap I was at the moment. Now, we could easily just make a trade and get Timmins the fuck out of here. But he's been a good sub. He is low top 4 potential. I don't want to not have him on the team. So let's just ride it with Wall. if he really fails us during this stint of back-to-back games that he's going to be on, then we'll do what we have to do. So hopefully he knocks it out of this slump. Versus Detroit, they're under 500. It should be an easy win. Bertuzzi against his former team, we get a 4-0 shutout. There we go, Justin Wall. Now at Edmonton, they're a good team. I can't believe Ehlers is leading our team in points still. And Morgan Riley's out till January 21st. Oh, okay, it's only a couple days. And Joseph Wall steals us a game against Edmonton 2-1. Kyle Burroughs, a defenseman, he's making some money as a 78. Hell no. As we go at Calgary now, they are well below 500. What can we do against them? We win 5-2. There we go. Now we go at Vancouver. They're a good team. They've been heating up since the beginning of the season. I know they started out kind of 500-ish as we lose Bertuzzi till January 27th, but we should be getting Morgan Riley back as we win 4-1 there against Vancouver. Hey, so Joseph Wall, right after I was talking shit and talking about replacing him, because of the cap restraints, he earns his job and actually plays for it very well. So good job for him. Wall back up to a .905 save percentage, just kind of respectable. Samsonovs, though, is the clear-cut starter through and through for this team. Now, I know what he did in real life, but for the sim right now, he is him. At Seattle now, what can we do against them? They're under 500. Now Riley's back. Jesus. And we lose 2-0. That is not on Ilya Samsonov. He's still had a good game. Only allowed 2 goals, even when the offense wasn't showing up. It's easy to let a game slip like that and goals allowed when your offense doesn't show up. So good on him. This second line, man. Holy shit, John Tavares is going to be a 30-goal man. Holy shit, what's his shooting percentage? He's shooting 18.5%. Johnny Hockey. Like, we got a good fucking team. TJ Brody is balling on this first pair incredibly. How's DeMello in the third? He is also now balling. So we found that pair. And Liljegren in the second pair is still doing their thing. Wow. Just wow. Let's sim. How many games have we played? 45. Let's get to 50 games played. And then let's really reevaluate this squad heading into the trade deadline. Versus a Winnipeg now. What can we do against them? We win 1-0. Holy shit. That is a great win from Ilya Samsonov right there. Pontus Holmberg. Not doing too hot, but let's get Tyler Bertuzzi back in there. Tyler Bertuzzi, on the other hand, man, holy shit, is he having a good year. We're going to have to also, at the 50-game mark, probably look to re-sign some of our guys that need to be re-signed now that we're past the re-sign date. As we go at Winnipeg now, before our last game before February 1st, what can we do against them again? In our back-to-back, we lose 4-1, damn. Or you know what, since it's our bye week, we'll just stop here at the 47-game mark and take a look at how we're looking. So, currently, points percentage-wise, we are still in the lead for the President's Trophy, but our margin has slid. We're not at that 80% anymore. Goals for per game, we are still first in the NHL at 3.87. Healthy lead. Goals against per game, we have let it slip. We are no longer at that 2.33 Vezina caliber. We've slipped to the second tier, 2.62. Like, it's fourth in the NHL. Don't get me wrong, it is good, but it's slipped out of the true Vezina goalie or just insane defensive numbers. Not the Vezina, the Jennings Award. I'm pretty sure that's the Duo Goalie Award. I'm forgetting my award names. Power play percentage, what are we at right now? We are down to fourth at 22.1%, are tied for third. I'd like it to be a little higher. Colorado's is absolutely insane. And then our PK has also come back quite down to earth. Wow, okay, and our PK is quite mid. So, quick analysis before even looking at the team stats, and I could have predicted this. We need to go find another PKer for us, preferably probably a center is my guess. Forwards wise, Nikolai Ehlers has 56 points in 47 games. Holy shit, man. Like, that is incredible for him, for Nikolai Ehlers. Austin Matthews, 51 points in 47 games. Nylander, also 51 points in 47 games. Tavares having 50 points in 46 games, 27 goals. Insane to me. Kyle Connor, a little behind because he was injured, but still over point per game. So that's 5 forwards over point per game. That is incredible. Then Bertuzzi leading it on the third line, 35 points, 42 games played. He could probably be over point per game if we were playing him over Nyes, but I want the kid to be playing. Plus, he's a plus 18. Like, he's a fine addition. He brings some toughness. Max Domi, he's a plus player, 26 points in 42 games. Yarncroke, 24 points and plus 9. Gambrell, 17 points plus 5. Gregor, 17 plus 7. All the bottom guys. Janot's a plus player. I like it. Defensemen, all of them are pluses. Riley has 29 points in 44 games. Yeah, he's not that damn near 60 point rate anymore. And then goalies, of course, Ilya Samsonov truly stealing the show for us right now. So, what we need on this team. What do we need? I'm absolutely feeling a PKer for sure. And maybe either an offensive defenseman, honestly, that has a bit of defensive ability would not be bad. If we could have Yarncroke as a fourth liner instead, and we got a third line right winger, and then defensively, if we got an offensive defenseman to go in for who could it be? Who could it be? Oh, well, let's give now that I think about it, because we made this switch, let's give TJ Brody that first line time everywhere, because we know he is our guy right now. For whatever reason, he is playing as our best defenseman. He's got to get that respect. Now, back to it. Morgan Riley, he is definitely more of an offensive defenseman now, and I like TJ Brody as the pairing. I'm just thinking it would be nice to let's take a look at some lefty offensive defensemen to maybe replace Joel Edmondson. Let's just take a look at the player search. I'll come back with something and I'll let you guys know. All right, boys. So I here created a little watch list for us of just some depth players that I kind of really like that were low 80 guys that could fit in the roles that we need. And there's one guy here out of these guys that's already available on the block. All these guys fit the criteria. They're on a bad team that is selling. Just some of them just not available for trade quite yet. And I really want to get Nick Bjugstad because I feel like he'll be so easy because he's already on the block. So let's go ahead and trade for the asset. We might be absolutely fucked, and I'm going to have to make a brand new watch list of guys making literally no money. Damn. Boys, so I got a smaller new watch list. Tyson Forrester, I mean. Oh, he's median top 6. I guess actually trade for asset. Philadelphia would not give up someone like this, huh? Yeah, okay, let's actually remove Tony Forrester. We're not going to be able to get him. Remove him, unpin him. Oscar Sundqvist from the St. Louis Blues, though. This is a man that I actually think could fit perfectly on this team. They want to get rid of him. They're selling. He's cheap. And we have stuff for them. Skaters matching the block. What do they want? I'll give you this medium tops. I'll give you both of those guys and draft picks. I'll give you 2 fifths. So 2 medium top 6s. I'll try just 1 fifth. Let's just try 2 medium top 6s for Oscar Sundqvist, actually. Will it go through? No. Okay, let's throw in the 5th. The 5th is what's needed. Let's throw in Calgary's 5th. Actually, no. Let's throw in our 5th because we're trying to win a cup this year. We are trying to win a cup. So our 5th, will that go through? No. Let's throw in the second 5th then. Let's go Vancouver's 5th. Will that go through 2 fifths and 2 medium top 6s for Sundqvist? Yes, it will. On behalf of St. Louis, it's considered a done deal. So there we go, boys. Forwards wise, let's go ahead and send down McMahon now, as we needed some Sundqvist making $775,000, the absolute league minimum. Well, or at least damn near the league minimum. Beautiful. That is literally the most beautiful thing we could have had happen. So, right wingers, now we get Oscar Sundqvist in here. Bang. Big time difference maker. Absolutely a big time difference maker, especially up there on the PK. And then, yeah, then we can actually go. No. Let's have the former teammates Yarncroc and Tangino work at it together. Sundqvist, he can be on the third line with Tyler Bertuzzi. Sundqvist, is Sundqvist a former, I think he is a former Red Wing. Yeah, so hey, former teammates Tyler Bertuzzi and Oscar Sundqvist together also. So there we go, we improved the third line, and now I'd still like to get an offensive defenseman, and I think Kalen and Matt Addison is going to be too expensive value-wise. So I think we just go ahead, we play it safe, we just go for a depth option, we go back to St. Louis, and we go ahead. I guess I should have just done this as part of the same trade. But we're also going to be trading. They do not want to give Paranovic up. He's a medium top 4, but he is already 25. Okay, he's nothing special. Guys, he's really nothing special. Let's just go. I'll throw in, let's see, you guys just want one of my depth guys. I'll go John Klingberg. Well, no, he's kind of young. We'll go Ilya Lyubushkin. We'll play it fair. Lyubushkin for Paranovic. No, fuck you. We're gonna get John Klingberg. Let's see if Klingberg can get it done. Klingberg for Paranovic, straight up, too far off. Let's throw in, if we go to our draft picks, let's throw in 2 7s. There we go. Who cares about the 7s? And there we go. They go through with it. Thank you, St. Louis. Now, defenseman Paranovic, you're going to go, oh, fuck. If you get claimed, okay, thank God he didn't get claimed. So Paranovic is now going to be a nice little offensive defenseman option in case there's an injury. And then forwards-wise, we get Oscar Sundqvist added. And I am just really liking this team. I am really liking where we're at. Like, we do technically have a first that we could spend on like a second liner, but we don't have the money. We really don't have the money. Like, this is the team we are rocking. We have made the moves we can make. Nikolai Ehlers, big addition. He is a big addition. Groshev, that's a minor leaguer. Okay, first game back from break. Ilya Samsonov in the net, home game versus the Islanders, and we win 2-1. That's a nice start. Now we got Dallas at home. They're 29-20-1. Almost traded Marner there, and we beat them 6-4. There we go. Off to a hot start after the break. At Ottawa now, they are struggling. They're really struggling. Kyle Clifford is hurt. Still can't believe you're on a team. Joel Edmondson's fully healed. There we go. At Ottawa, we win 4-3. There we go. Edmondson, I think, is playing already, so it should be fine. Home versus St. Louis. Made a couple trades with them. What can we do against them? They injured Jake McCabe. Fuck you, St. Louis, but we still beat them 4-2. Now Bobby McMahon is hurt. Damn, that sucks. Home game versus Philly. Looking at Forrester from them. Not going to be able to get a trade done. And we lose 4-3 in overtime against them. Damn, now we got a home game against Anaheim. They're hovering around 500, trying to break through to maybe be a playoff team as Dylan DeMello's out for about a week. And we win 4-2 there. Now we got a road game in St. Louis. Well below 500, but we do have some injuries. We might have a forward playing defense right now as we lose 3-2 in overtime. And we did, in fact, have a defenseman an offenseman playing defense. Holmberg, good job, Holmberg. Way to step up in that game, buddy. Thank you. Okay, now let's get Ilya Samsonov's last game simmed, and then we will be switching back to Joseph Woll to see what he can do with a nice little couple starts. He's going to have some tough starts, though, as Dylan DeMello's back, and now at Arizona. Oh, fuck. Okay. At Arizona, they're well below 500, and who knows what happened. Connor Dewar's not doing much, and we win 5-1. Good fucking win right there. I mean, Connor Timmins, he is playing really well. The only thing is there's just not a spot for him on this team because we're going to go Dylan DeMello. There's no way we're going Timmins over DeMello. Let's see here. Anything else that needs to be changed? Now let's go ahead and keep on rolling as we now have a road game. Oh fuck, we need to switch the goalies out. Samsonov rocking a .919 save percentage. That is pretty solid to start the season. Well, I guess now we're like midway through the season as we go at Vegas. What can Woll do against a top contender like that? Multiple players are eligible to be dressed. I'm pretty sure multiple players are dressed. So it's talking about the AHL. Yeah, it is. Good job, AHL. Like, I don't care. Your team sucks. At Vegas now, and who knows what we did against Vegas. We lose 4-1. Damn, Woll. Okay, as we go on the road against Colorado. At least, and Martin Jones is out till April 2nd. That's great. At least the one thing that is kind of nice about it is we have a definitive playoff starter. It's going to be Ilya Samsonov. There is no question about it. As we lose 8-1, I just want to get Wall off the team, but I literally can't afford to send him down. And I can't afford to literally call someone out. Literally can't afford it. Crazy thought. Wall, 900 save percentage. He should not be hovering around 900. He should be at a little 910 maybe. We got some top tier defenseman. I literally traded for one. So come on. And we got a home game versus Vegas now. Hopefully we can get some revenge with Ilya Samsonov back in the net. Come on, we need to beat a good team like Vegas. And we win 9-4. The offense claps back. Nylander takes over the point leader, but we still do allow 4 goals, which terrifies me. We lose 3-2 in a shootout against Arizona. Home game versus the Rangers. They have had our number. Can we beat them here? We win in a shootout 5-4. And the Rangers are fighting for a playoff spot. And as we comfortably are sitting, not comfortably, but we have a president's lead. Oh my God, I don't want to play the Rangers in round 1. Now Boston, they had a cold start. Remember that? Well, they have kind of battled back. Let's go ahead and see what we can do against them. Home game versus Boston, we win 6-3. Now we got a home game versus Buffalo. They're a little under 500. What can we do to them? And we lose in overtime. Are you kidding? At least we get a point, but come on, guys. Come on. All right, Joseph Woll now in net at Boston. Can we get another win against them? This time in the Garden, and we win 6-3 again. We are currently first in the NHL kind of cleanly. I didn't even look at viewing contracts. Fuck. Well, at least we're doing it now. Shit, I didn't even think of this. Ilya Samsonov wants an extension. For Ilya, we're going to wait for the postseason. In fact, maybe most of these guys, we should wait to see what happens in the postseason. Because DeMello at 30, he wants 4.5. I want to see what happens in the postseason. Liljegren, to justify that much money, we're going to need to see some production in the postseason. TJ Brody, if he wants to do team friendly. Okay, we could maybe go TJ Brody on a 1 year, $2.5 million deal. I would not mind that for TJ Brody right now. I don't even need to see the playoff numbers. That's not a bad deal for TJ Brody. I'll offer him that deal 1 year, $2.5 million. Let's see what he goes for. Joel Edmondson. We're gonna wait on Joel Edmondson. Just TJ Brody, the way he's been playing this year, it's for $2.5 million. That is well worth $2.5 million. So well worth $2.5 million. So gotta bring him back. Forwards core, Domi and Bertuzzi. Both of them. Bertuzzi's more likely to come back or have a more guaranteed comeback, but for that, we gotta wait on. Gregor, if he wants to come back on a very easy deal to do. If you're not gonna make it that easy, okay. I just went through and looked at the trading block and everything, and there's actually no one available, so we're just gonna keep on simming and we're just gonna end year 1 in this video. So at Montreal, we are a buyer, but we'll enter the deadline so you guys can see who the top available guys are, and then we're just gonna back out and keep on simming. So Jeremy Swayman is available. Oh my God, why would Boston choose Ullmark over Swayman? Patrick Kane is available. You know what, actually? He was not available. Detroit. Would Detroit trade with Toronto? I don't think so. No. We can't do it. We just can't. But here's everyone else. Patrick Kane would be a perfect fit. Oh well. Let's exit out the deadline. Let's see if anyone ends up getting traded here. Always takes so long for it to load, huh? So long. Okay, so Jonas Brodin and John Merrill go to Pittsburgh. Minnesota gets a first, Brandon Yeager, and whoever Frasca is. Okay, Pittsburgh making some moves. Morgan Barron is on the block. He's making 1.3. He's a 79. No, decline that. So let's see what other moves there were, if there were any smaller moves. But Pittsburgh really loading up. We'll take a look at them in their situation. Colby Barlow and Henrik Niskanen, whoever those guys are, for a third and a fourth. Ryan Hartman to Vancouver. Max Pacioretty getting traded back to Vegas for Robin Lehner. Lehner to Washington, okay. Washington and New Jersey swapping seconds. It looks like Justin Schultz to the Rangers. Anything else? Nick Leddy to Winnipeg. Frank Vatrano, he's like an 85 overall. He ends up getting moved to Buffalo. Luke Shen goes to Boston. Then there's the big Jonas Brodin and John Merrill trade. And then Brian Dumoulin to Boston for a first. Wow, that's crazy that Boston traded a first for Brian Dumoulin of all people. Let's see where Minnesota is though really quickly. Not Minnesota, Pittsburgh is in the standings. And they're second in the division. Wow, so they're going to be a playoff team more than likely, unlike real life. Real life, they probably got to go through a retool, man. Honestly, I know now you don't do this, but they should honestly probably trade Malkin and Crosby and go full rebuild. Just say fuck it. Anyways, defensively, they are loaded now. Brodin, Carlson, Letang, Peterson, Graves, Joseph. They're not even playing John Merrill. And they get Braden Rust. Okay, so this team could be dangerous in the postseason just because of this defense now alone with the addition of Jonas Brodin. So let's keep on simming. They're going to be a nasty matchup if we end up having to play them in the Eastern Conference Finals. But honestly, I don't think they'll make it there. At Montreal now, they're well below 500. Can we beat up on them? And TJ Brody does decide to sign his extension for a year. There we go, TJ Brody. And we beat Montreal 6-2. I don't even remember. So I'm simming this after showing the contract. So I don't even know if I actually did that offer last time. But yeah, we just gave him a nice little 1-year extension at $2.5 million. Because next year, he'll probably end up playing more as a third pair defenseman and not as this one pair D-man. But he's just playing so well this year. He is earning that right to play on that first pair with Morgan Riley. He has fully earned it. Philadelphia, they're competing for a playoff spot more than likely. Can we knock them out of a spot? And we win 2-1 in a shootout. There's a really good goaltending and defensive game from us. Carolina, they're already a 40-win team as well. They're probably trying to fight for a president's or at least first in their division. And Matthew Knies gets hurt. But it didn't look like it was that long. I think it was just to the 22nd of March, so it's whatever. And we get another good defensive goaltending performance, only allowing 1 goal and a 3-1 win over Carolina. Now we go on the road against Philadelphia. Connor Dewar is back. And at Philadelphia, we lose 3-2. Damn. Let me double check when the Matthew Knies injury is. Okay, yeah, it was just March 22nd. That's fine. That is absolutely fine. Let's go ahead and switch up the goalies on the back-to-back now. Ilya Samsonov, our starter, going back in. 917 for him. Justin Wool out of 904. So Ilya Samsonov, man, he has really taken a hold of that starting job. Hopefully he plays well in the postseason, unlike real life. Washington, they're at 500, basically what they were at real life too. Matthew Knies is now fully healed. He'll be back versus Edmonton as we get a big 5-3 win. William Nylander already eclipses the point per game marker of 82 as he's now at 83 points. There we go. Good for him. Holmberg, -6. Holmberg has not been a good sub. 0 points in 10 games. Ugh. Do not like that. We might have to end up switching that up in the postseason as we go at home versus Edmonton. They're a 41-win team currently. Yarncroc is fully healed. Good to have him fully healed, but he was already playing injured. And we have clinched a playoff spot at 68 games played. We're at 100 points already. Look at that. And we are well ahead for the President's Trophy. I'm not going to say anything else other than that. I'm not going to mention a big MCL sprain for an AHLer, Groshev, guy we got in that trade with Tampa as we lose in overtime right there, 4-3. So Justin Wool back in as we go on the road in Carolina. They actually haven't won a lot since the last time we played them, so they're on a bit of a losing stretch as we beat them 2-1. Great game from Joseph Woll. Now we got the Devils, who surprisingly missed the playoffs, and we lose Kyle Connor with a mild concussion till May 4th. Holy shit. Now that is a massive injury. Oh my god. We're gonna have to go round 1 without Kyle Connor. Oh, fuck. Okay, who are we gonna call up? Oh man, we don't even really have anyone. Hopefully someone comes through waivers. Is there anyone who kind of plays offensive? Abruzzese? Nick Abruzzese, fuck it, we're gonna call him up. And then we're also gonna call up McMahon. Best AHL lines, and then we're gonna give Abruzzese just the start. We're gonna give him just 3-4 games just to see what he ends up doing on the first line, because I'm very curious. Well, no, he's not gonna get first line time. Okay, so let's get Max Domi up on the first line, and then Nick Abruzzese is just going to slot in hopefully perfectly here on the third line. I'm trying to think how we make up the power play numbers, because I almost want to run 2 defensemen, but we don't really have another defenseman that we can trust to run power play. We can barely trust Liljegren technically. Instead of Abruzzese here, let's put Bertuzzi there. And then let's get Abruzzese, get Domi on the second pair. And then Domi is now going to be a leading man in the second line. And now Bertuzzi is going to go up and play D on the first line. And then Abruzzese is going to come back and play D on the second line. Because that second pair does still need that offensive touch, especially with Timothy Liljegren being the guy currently on that second pair. So Nick Abruzzese comes in, Max Domi comes in as a winger on the second pair, then 4-man power play line 2, get Abruzzese out of here, and then let's go Max Domi. Okay, perfect. We're just going to leave it like that. Okay, boys. That is a massive injury. It's a big blow. I think we'll be able to push through it, though. Now, luckily, we're going to have a weak team in round 1. Hopefully, who is the Rangers might be a wild, bro. The Rangers better pass the Blue Jackets. We need the Blue Jackets in round 1. We need an easy team in round 1. Home game versus Washington. First game without our man, Kyle Connor, and we lose 5-4. Fuck. Let's get Wall out of there. Let's go back to the starter. I know it's only 1 loss, and we've been going a 2-loss ratio, but this one time we're gonna go 1 loss. I want the starting goalie to get the time in, because I want to see how we play with the starting goalie in with Abruzzese in, especially during this stretch. We got a lot of Eastern Conference teams, a lot of division games, Buffalo, Florida, Tampa, every other day at Buffalo now. And we lose 5-4 in overtime. Home game versus Florida. Martin Jones is fully healed. That's nice. Home game versus Florida, we win 4-2. Okay, there we go. And at Tampa Bay, they're a playoff team as well. What can we do? Abruzzese in. Morgan Riley's fully healed. Nice. And we lose to Tampa 4-3. Okay, let's go to the edit lines and let's just take a look at how Abruzese's playing. Ooh, -3. No points. Okay, let's just go to Pontus Holmberg then. Let's move Sundqvist to center. And then let's move Holmberg down to the 4th line. And let's move Gregor up to the 3rd line. And then let's actually move Gregor to center for the +1 chem. There we go. So hopefully Holmberg, just hiding on the 4th line, can be protected by Yarncroc and Jeannot. Currently he's a -6, and hopefully he just doesn't hurt the team. And also I want to go Joseph Woll. So let me go ahead and go put Joseph Woll in for the next 2 games. Okay, at Montreal, Joseph Woll, what can he do? They're a bad team. Let's just get the points. Get on out. Come on. And we lose 4-2. Oh, fuck. Kyle Connor's a bigger injury than maybe even I thought. Oh, fuck. Home game versus Pittsburgh. What can we do? We win 4-1 against Pittsburgh. Okay, there we go. There we go. Pittsburgh's a good team, so to be able to still take them out. Domi's a +12. I could move Ehlers up. Let's move Nikolai Ehlers up. He's +28. Domi's a +12. Let's see how that switch goes. This is why we got both of them. We knew we needed 2 forwards. This is why we got both. At New Jersey now, they're still fighting for a playoff spot at around 500, and we lose 3-2. Damn. Now we got another game against New Jersey. They're still 38, 33-8. Fighting for that playoff spot. Knock them out, Toronto. And we lose 5-4 there. Oh my God. Okay. Let's go back to what we had at forwards. I'm switching it back. I'm switching it back. Ehlers is a perfect second liner. Domi, you're going to have to make it work on the first line. Woll, get back in here. Samsonov, you had those 2 games against New Jersey and you fucked up. Now home versus Detroit. Come on, boys. Come on. Oh, we got the Z. Did we clinch the conference as we lose in overtime? We did clinch the conference, but an overtime loss there, man. We are skidding hard. We are allowing a lot of goals too. At Florida now. They're 49-27-5. We win 4-1 against them. Okay. And we are going to be a lock for the President's Trophy. Holy shit. Matthews looking for a 50-50 season. And in the final game, Ilya Samsonov in Tampa Bay. What can we do? We win 6-4. Matthews gets to 100 points with 51 goals. We win the Presidents with 115 points. It is a great season, but Kyle Connor is literally one of the worst case scenarios. I cannot believe that he's out till the first week of May. So let's take a look at everything now. Let's take a look. Goals for per game. We ended up finishing second. We climbed a little higher after the trades. And hey, we're still second, which is pretty damn good considering the Kyle Connor injury. Next, goals against per game. It kept on climbing even after us trying to fix it, up at 2.84. We still weren't really in that first tier by the end of the year, but we were still a good goaltending and defensive team overall. Power play percentage, we were second in the NHL, and we were drawing power plays with the 7th most times shorthanded. This is an important stat. How defensive were we? Were we a disciplined team? Only 200 penalties, but our PK fell to one of the worst in the league by the end of the year. Interesting, but we still were not taking them, but look for us to do something about that. And we only had 2 shorthanded goals. We killed it at home, but 4-4-2 in our last 10 because of no Kyle Connor. Looking at the stats now, forwards, Austin Matthews, 100 points, 51 goals, 49 assists. Great season for him. Nylander, 99 points, 24 goals, 75 assists. Ehlers had an insane season on the second line, 79 points, 55 assists, 24 goals. Johnny T, almost a 40-40 man on the second line, 38 goals, 37 assists, 75 points. Kyle Connor, man, if only he didn't get hurt. 28 goals, 40 assists, 68 points in 65 games. And look at how telling this is. Out of all the first liners, he has the highest plus minus. Like, that just shows just how important he is. This first line is softer without him. Next, we got Tyler Bertuzzi down here, 57 points, 21 goals, 36 assists, plus 16. And honestly, for the postseason, we might actually make the switch and move Domi down to the third line. But then that actually might be the switch. And then Domi, who was currently getting the first line time, might actually get the third line time in the postseason. 49 points, 14 goals, 35 assists, plus 13. He is still solid. He was only 28 penalty minutes. Matthew Knies in his full first rookie season, right? It wasn't last year, right? Yeah, last year, wasn't it? Matthew Knies had 48 points, 20 goals, 28 assists. Great first season. We love to see it. Cal Yarncroc, 9 goals, 26 points, plus 18. He was a stud depth forward for us. Oscar Sundqvist, 28 points, plus 3 with us. I'm pretty sure he was a plus 3 with us because he was even with his last team. Yes, he was. So he really did well with us. He put up better numbers with us than he did in St. Louis. Gregor, good fourth liner / third liner by the end of this season. Tanner Jeannot, gritty grinder. Loved what he did for us. Didn't take too many penalties as well. So good. Bobby McMahon was a pretty solid sub. Holmberg, he actually started putting up numbers when we really called on him. And then Abruzzese, a really failed experiment for him. Defenseman, Morgan Rielly had 60 points in 79 games played. Only a plus 7 though. TJ Brody, when he got moved up to the first pair D-man, he really started getting Rielly's numbers up though. Because remember, he was a minus with DeMello. So good job TJ Brody getting him up. DeMello really responded when we sent him down to that third pair, and him and Edmondson did a great job locking it down. McCabe and Liljegren on the second pair was great, especially Jake McCabe. Edmonton, solid player. Timmins was a great sub, honestly. He was good enough to play. He really was. Just there was no one on this D-corps who we were taking out. Goalies, Ilya Samsonov easily won this starting job. He'd had really no terrible games. Maybe at the end there a couple shaky ones, but throughout the season, he was very consistent, even got an assist. Look at him. So let's quickly look. I know everyone wants to probably see Winnipeg. How did these guys do? Defenseman Mark Giordano, he was 10 points, +3, 78 games, not bad. Did the other guy we give him get any games played? I don't think so, damn. Oh well. Oh no, we gave him 2 forwards. Doy, Jesus Christ, I don't know what I'm thinking. And Mitch Marner put up 100 points, 35 goals, 65 assists. Well, and he played every game. We cannot relate with that. Then we Gabe Velarde. He was the guy who I almost picked up instead of Ehlers, and I'm happy I chose Ehlers, honestly. And then David Kampf ended up being a -11. When we checked early in the year, he was still a plus. Winnipeg might not have had that good of a year, even though they had Mitch Marner. But let's quickly look at the league leaders before we take a look at the playoff tree. Forwards. Your point leader, Nathan McKinnon with 126 points. Then it goes to Kuch at 105, Matthews and Marner at 100, Nylander at 99. Goals leader, McKinnon with 55, Kuch with 53, Matthews and Kaprizov both with 51. And then your assist leaders, you got Nylander with 75, McKinnon with 71, Suzuki with 69, Marner with 65. Let me know if I should change any of like the shot frequencies or anything like that. Defenseman wise, points. Your point leader was Cale Makar with 98, Fox 84, Hughes 81 were the 3 that were point per game. And then goalie, let's go minimum 40 games. Let's only look at the starters. Only the starters. Who had the highest save percentage among the starters? Sergei Bobrovsky at 923 and Fleury at 921, Hart 919. And now let's see who we are taking on in the round 1 of year number 1. The NHL season has ended, and in round 1, the President's Trophy Toronto Maple Leafs are facing 8th seeded New Jersey Devils. I thought it was going to be Boston for a second because I saw Boston was the lowest seed in the Atlantic, and I was going to be like, no fucking shot we're going to get Boston in round 1. But no, we don't. We get New Jersey, then you got Carolina and New York, Pittsburgh and Boston, Florida and Tampa, and then out west you got Dallas. Winnipeg does make the playoffs, Colorado and Anaheim, Vegas and Vancouver, and Edmonton and Minnesota. So boys, next time we'll take a look at the team and go through round 1. Until then, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.